Hi everybody, welcome back. I know I look like the Dickens. I have been purposefully staying off camera for a while, and I probably will be remaining off camera for quite a long time. Bless you. So, I usually tell you welcome back to Diamond Painting with Eskies, but as you will see when it popped up, that has changed. You guys, there are just a ton of things that I enjoy doing, and one of them is my original artwork. Excuse me. Still with the asthma and stuff. So because of that, and because of a lot of things that happened since July, I needed to pull back from certain groups and just kind of refocus my channel where it belongs, and that is to creation, to beauty, to art, you know, to diamond painting, to painting, to drawing, stitching. It's all a form of some type of art. I promise, guys, I'm not sick with COVID or anything. I don't leave my house, so it's just my normal issues. So much fun. I put a post in my Facebook group that some of you have seen and have some idea of what's going on, and I will not be going into great detail at this point because it's just not time. Don't know if I ever will. There's Spirit, hence the now Art and Diamonds with Eskies. Eskies. For those of you who are new or are, I would be so thankful, here from the artist community as well. That's an Eskie, which is short for American Eskimo Dog. I have several. So, yeah. He's my big giant one. Most of them are much smaller. Anyway, I've been gone a lot, and I'm really sorry. I know that I'm typically there for everyone that reaches out to me. And I try so much to be able to be a source of support and caring and guidance when asked for anyone who needs that. But this last few months, I couldn't. Guys, there were no words when there was time, and most often there was no time. My very, very, very sweet friend, who is quite literally the person closest to me in this world, has been fighting for her life for months now. And this last couple of months have been a lot of close calls. And then with knuckleheads, she will know what that means, and maybe a couple of you will as well, but most people won't know why I say the knuckleheads. They have had some pretty close calls also. So it's very difficult to focus on what I'm doing here, much less trying to put up videos that make even the slightest modicum of sense. And I'm not certain that this one will either, but this one does need to go out tonight. Yesterday was my 15th wedding anniversary. Yeah. Please don't send wishes for that. Because a lot of you understand why. Just don't. I appreciate the sentiment, but please don't. And yesterday was Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday, St. Patrick's Day. So, on Saturday, prior, I got what I thought was a really happy special surprise that both of my daughters and my grandson showed up unexpectedly. And yes, that was a very special surprise, and I'm really glad they did. And I then, not literally, but, you know, I kidnapped my grandbaby with his mom's permission. And she's his custodian and his parent. So, yeah, it was okay. I had permission to kidnap him. But that evening was, hi Chrissy, was when I found out that my son-in-law is much more ill than I knew. Some of you may remember my asking for prayers and good thoughts for him because he was having gastric bypass surgery in the most risky of circumstances, and they were not sure if he could even survive the surgery. And he did survive the surgery, and he subsequently lost a couple 100 pounds. We were all really proud of him. But my daughters and had sworn my son to secrecy, and they were essentially trying to protect me by not telling me how very, very ill my son-in-law is. Until it reached a point where there was no choice but to tell me. And the sad part is that before I tell you what this is, this COVID-19 situation and the necessary self-quarantine, self-isolation, social isolation, all of that means that I in particular cannot afford to go out in public at all. I have a compromised respiratory system since birth, and it has of course gotten progressively worse over the years. And that's what this is. I had bronchial asthma, really bad, and allergies, so that just makes it so much fun. Along with my fibromyalgia, which is autoimmune, and it means usually if somebody has a cold or the flu, I don't typically get the flu, but a cold or bronchitis or pneumonia, if they cough, sneeze, breathe, or touch anything near me, I am going to get sick. That's how it is. And I've gotten sick every winter for quite a number of years now. And before all of this, before my accident, before everything that triggered all of this, I was completely healthy. There was nothing to indicate any of this. This was all caused by a drunken fool. Anyway, so back to Saturday. Like I said, I'm sorry if this is scattered and all over the place. That's really how my thought process is right now, and I think the pauses are because I'm straining to find words for you. Because I went to check something on my channel today, and I found that I'm losing subscribers, and I'm sitting back going, and then it clicked. No videos. No new videos. People are losing interest. And I didn't get a chance to explain a couple of months ago that it was like this. Although, I actually did say I was going to be gone for a while, and then I made a video and said I would still be gone for a while longer. I just really didn't say why. And that was because of this thing where my Michelle is very, very gravely ill. And now, then the COVID hits, and we get this self-isolation warning and everything. And then Saturday, what I thought was happy turned out to be my daughter's coming so that my oldest daughter could tell me that she really loves me. And that her husband, do not cry, you idiot. Her husband has a matter of days to live. Now, he's my only son-in-law because my daughter that you all have seen, the one who is 11 weeks from delivering their baby, is engaged but not married. And she is putting herself at risk because my oldest daughter does not drive. And, of course, she wants to be there with her big sister to be supportive and help her through this, and for her brother-in-law and, you know. But sadly, because of all of this panic and things that do not need to go on the way they're going, which I will get to more in a moment, probably, maybe, I can't go and say goodbye to him. He is in hospice, and the staff there is not, they're not doing their jobs properly. So it's requiring that his moms, yes, that was plural, and his wife, my daughter, and his sister-in-law, my other daughter, are taking shifts to take care of him in his last days, at least to try and help him to have some dignity and to be as comfortable as possible. So with everything that went on, I wasn't able to do everything that I needed to do and focus to be filming for you guys. And then when this hit on Saturday, I was stunned, and I took my grandson for a couple of days, 3 days, because I missed him. And it turned out to be a good thing that I did, because it kept me from falling apart at that moment. But it hit yesterday. For about 2 hours, I came utterly unglued. There was... Sorry, you're spooky. Hold on. I'm really sorry. Chrissy is responding because she hears Spooky barking, and I know it's not seizure bark because it stopped for a bit and then he barked again. So she thought that he was trying to alert me about my son. So yeah, for those of you who are unfamiliar, I also I live with my 30-year-old retired, well, not retired, disabled U.S. Navy veteran son who, while in the Navy, was injured and developed stress-induced epilepsy, and one of my Eskies has the same thing. So I am caretaker to my son and dealing with my own health issues all at once, so he and I take care of one another. And, you know, everything else that I do, usually. But I can't even go and say goodbye. And I know everybody's response is going to be, why don't you just call him? Because I know I'm going to break down so bad that it makes it worse for him, and he will feel completely like shit because I'm having to say goodbye to him. Yeah. It's hard, you guys. You know, son-in-law means son, and he's only 36 years old, and he is in complete and absolute liver failure. He's utter jaundice. My girls showed me a picture of him, and I just cried. There is no chance, there's no hope. He's known for a long time and has not done what he needed to do to keep it from getting here. And that's his choice, but it affects my daughter. And that's where I have an issue with it, is because here she is 31 years old and she's becoming a widow at any moment. So I am emotionally back and forth from horribly sad to really angry. Sorry, I'm really trying not to do this. So I seem to rotate between sad, angry to the point that I so wanted to punch a wall yesterday, that I told my son I needed to settle down or I was going to end up in the ER for a broken hand. And I'm just not a violent person, so not by nature at least. Sorry about that. I received a phone call that I will call back in a moment. So it jumps to states of utter emotional and intellectual confusion from the overwhelming flood of stuff that I don't deal well with. I can handle being supportive and loving for anyone else, but I have extreme difficulty having to sift through my own pain, emotional pain. The physical pain's a day-to-day given for me, so that, you know, it's whatever. But, hold on please, I really need a sip of coffee. But it's been a situation of so many things going wrong in this short little period of time that I'm having so much trouble focusing. I really am. I'm surprised that I'm getting any drawings done. Seriously surprised. I can't focus to diamond paint because if I put one of those down in the wrong place, I'm basically screwed. So at least I have erasers. And I have, you know, some other products that allow me to fix some mistakes. So if you were here for artwork, I'm very sorry that I'm not making an art video, I'm not making a diamond painting video or a stitching video or whatever the heck video I would be making at that moment. I will show you that the drawing that I'm trying to talk myself into working on more, although truth be known, he really doesn't need anything else. And his human is very, very, very pleased with him. But I think that he needs just a couple little touches of highlight. And then Topher will be ready to go to his mom. So, that is Topher. Strange name, but yeah, Topher. And then there's this. Sorry, there's so many people running around in the neighborhood. I'm just kind of dumbfounded by it with COVID-19 and everything else. But okay, just don't come to my house. So it's making the babies bark. And for anybody who's been with me for any length of time, you all know that if you don't hear from Chrissy, or which is who that was, or one of the other babies, well, then how is it Art and Diamonds with Eskies? Because you gotta have the Eskies for that to work, right? For those of you who think that is unprofessional, I'm truly sorry, but I'm not a professional YouTuber. Especially not at this moment in my life. And, you know, it's interesting because with everything coming at me at the moment, I still, every night, I pray for you guys, and I think about you all, and I feel bad because I'm not in contact with pretty much anyone at the moment, because I'm just trying to find time for everything, and I'm truly just trying to work through it and figure it out and be here when Michelle or my daughters or my son or my pups need me, because we are down to the point of losing another family member, and we have lost so many over the last few years that I'm really not ready for this, and I know that my daughter certainly is not. So for those of you who do know me and know the majority of my family, because this is the only two members that you guys haven't seen, but you've heard me talk about, or for those of you who are new here, please don't think that I'm normally this insane, because it's normally not quite this crazy. I do not want pity or sympathy, or it's okay. I don't do that kind of stuff. You guys know that. But I would really appreciate your prayers for my daughter and for my son-in-law's mothers and grandparents. The 4 of them, along with my daughter, so the 5 of them could very much use the prayers. Very, very, very much. And no, that's not the daughter that you guys see in my chat when I was doing lives and things like that. It's my oldest child. Her name is Anastasia. And yeah, she could use some prayers and some good thoughts and whatever it is that you, in your particular belief system or way of living, it would be greatly appreciated. So I don't know when I will be back full-time, but I will post when I can, and I will film when I can make even the tiniest little bit of sense, which apparently isn't tonight. I'm sorry. I will try, guys. But you won't be seeing a lot of this in the future. I would much rather have remained off camera, period, and it didn't work out that way, so I kind of need to pull back a little bit for my own intellectual and emotional recovery right now. Please put your prayers and good thoughts out for Michelle and George and Chris and Jean, and like I said, my daughter and my son-in-law's family. These people are all having such a rough time right now. And please stay safe. Please be careful. Please don't be that person that is panic shopping to the point that you are hoarding things that other people also need. It is more often panic that kills people in these kinds of situations than it is the actual threat. It's the same with war, so if you have people that are at extremely high risk, you know, the way that I am, they can't get out and about. They have compromised respiratory or cardiac systems, or they are elderly. Pretty much anybody over the age of 50 is needing to be careful. And I'm just about there. Please try to be considerate enough to maybe make sure that they have the things that they need as well, because it's even harder for them to get out there right now. Hence, I haven't left my house since the 29th of last month, and I'm not going to. I have a big backyard, and it's locked, so nobody can get in there, so I'm good. I'm good. My thoughts and prayers really are with all of you, as always. And I really really am very grateful for all of you and the support that you've been with me. I think it's today. It could have been the 14th. I don't know which. We've been doing this for a year now, and the last 2 months of this have been extremely sparse, and I'm very sorry for that. It's, like I said, it's been a difficult and very complicated time. So please know that I'm not leaving. As I received some messages, have you abandoned your channel? No, and I put a video out a month ago letting everybody know what was going on, other than these little updates. But I don't know exactly when I'll be back full-time. I don't know when I'll be able to post. I can't give you any promises except that I will be back, and I will post when I can, either here or in my Facebook group, which is still Diamond Painting with Eskies. You all be safe, please. Don't go stand in ridiculous lines. Don't do the things that you know could take you from your family, or could take that home to your families. There are services that will deliver, okay? But stay safe, please, as much as you can. And I will see you just as soon as I can possibly have, 20 minutes that I can think straight. Okay? I will see you again as soon as possible.